Hi, Miriam, the accountant here. I'm in my favourite area, walking track. And today I'm going to talk to you about what happens when someone we love says something to hurt us. And I'm going to apply all my Tony Robbins to real world scenario. So a few days ago, I had a very difficult conversation. And it was a very hard conversation. We were adult enough to have the conversation, and it just brought up for me everything that I've learned in Tony Robbins about having to rewrite your story. So there's a practice that they do on one of the days in Unleash the Power Within, where you have to go into this. If you keep telling yourself this story, what is your life going to look like? And for me, an example that I recently worked on, I'm a single mum of 5, and I felt like no one was ever going to love me again. And if I went down that path, I felt like I was trailer trash, 2 baby daddies, like what the F did I do with my life? 100 kilos, overweight, not happy with myself. So when I went to the Tony Robbins conference, I'll do his cheapest one, UPW, we worked on Miriam. If I keep telling myself that story, what is my life going to look like? And he makes you keep going down that path. Imagine 1 year down the track. What does your life look like if you keep telling yourself that story that you've created in your head? What does your life look like 5 years down the track if you keep telling yourself that story? What does your life look like 10 years down the track if you keep telling yourself that no one's going to love you being a single mum? And it's gone pretty crazy. And then people are like, he does it in a way, I don't know, there's method to it. He does it in a way that people start like howling around you. Like you got everyone just releasing their fears around their pain, around what their life would be like if they kept telling themselves stupid stories. Then the next part of it is you've got to put your nose on like this and go, no one, and then you've got to say what you believed about yourself. No one is ever going to love me because I'm a single mum. And you've got to keep repeating that. And then you just look stupid and feel stupid about it. So I, now when I have stupid thoughts come in my head, I go, no, Mary, that is not my story. I put my nose on like this. I pretend. I go, and because I don't need to do it anymore. But if a little thought comes in, put my nose on like this, and I go, no. Why are you even thinking that, Miriam? So I've done this Tony Robbins exercise, but someone close to me who I could see was telling themselves a story that was going to be sabotaging themselves and their future life has not done the Tony Robbins exercise. So what do you do when I've done it, someone you love has not done it, and you can see they've told themselves a story that is going to keep them trapped, and they're doing it because that's how they've got validation from this, that's how they've drawn some meaning from this. There's something going on with the story that they've told themselves, and that's keeping them trapped and not fulfilling life to everything that it could be for them. So I'm sitting there, can see it. Number one thing I didn't do was react in a way that they probably thought I was going to react. Maybe start crying, maybe cause huge more dramas, maybe start criticizing them. I didn't react in a way that probably they were expecting, or if they'd had this same conversation, because it was a repeat behavior that they have with women. And other girls might have started crying, started saying, why me? And I was like, no, I'm not going to do those things. So it was a bit of a shock conversation for everyone involved. And then, but luckily I've done Tony Robbins. Luckily I've done a lot of YouTubing. Luckily I've done enough to now know not react to these things, because that's what they're used to. We throw them off from what they're used to. So number one, no reacting. Then number two, we had to both calm down. Well, pretty like we didn't get, it wasn't like overall heated or anything like that. We both calmed down, we stepped away, and I had a final parting comment, came from within, and I said, that's fine, you do what you want to do. I've got to do my stuff, and we're all good. I've got things to do. You do what you want to do. And that shocks them, because usually I want to control someone, and I want to control what they behaviors. I want to be able to change someone, and I realized I couldn't control. I couldn't change. I couldn't do anything, and I just surrendered to that. And I'm like, I can't change you. I can't control you. I didn't say those words because control is probably a big thing for them. They want to have control. I'm like, that's fine. I gotta walk away from this. I got bigger stuff going on. So that was me learning, applying Tony Robbins, Unleash the Power Within, rewrite your story. And I would encourage anyone, if there's a limiting belief or a story that you have told yourself, that is not your story. That is not how your life needs to be. That is not how your world needs to be. You can change it. It is not going to be easy. It just doesn't happen in, one of the things I realized, it just doesn't happen in the Tony Robbins UPW conference room. I've gone in that conference room 5 times to try and change my life. And you walk out of the conference room and you go back to your old ways and you go back to your old habits. The only way to keep the momentum, to keep the changes, is to make it small changes. And for me, it was to have accountability and just consistently feed the new identity that you are creating for yourself. So thanks for watching. I hope you loved it. Tell me, was there anything that you learned? I like to keep things real, unexpected. Have a great day. Love you all.